Welcome to the third episode of a mixtape of memories. This is me. I've got with me Angad and Vinny. Vinny is a psychologist. Vinny, the internet, broke all the social boundaries during that time, post millennium and Y2K and all those things. And, we got something new beyond Yahoo was Orkut that Google brought in, and it got people closer together and introduced something called as stalking, which was never there before. You know,
Agreed.
yeah, and also, what do you say? Orkut also helped us connect with music, with people who had common grounds. And Winnie, that's where I met you as a
Yes.
young guy who was getting into the other side of metal from POD. But what united us together is Heartstrings Come Undone
Yeah.
by uh, our beloved Demon Hunter.
Yes. Yes.
How does Demon Hunter's Heartstring Come Undone impact you, and how has it been a part of your life?
Okay. So, when I started listening to Demon Hunter, I think when and I came across this song, it soothed me in a strange way. And when I had my lows, it's one of the times I'd like to listen to it. That was a song I used to listen to on repeat. I think, like wherever I
Okay.
was, I would keep listening to it over and over again. And back then I
Yeah,
had the iPod, the tiny little iPod shuffle, and it would
yeah.
be there on that song, and I'd listen to it on repeat. So yeah, Heartstrings Come Undone was that song for me.
By the way, at that time, during those days, we were listening to a lot of Linkin Park, and one of my favorite songs, which you would be stunned to know, like many people don't love the song, is the reanimation version of Crawling.
There was another
So
version, yeah.
There
there
was
were
another
many
album
versions.
altogether. Album
Oh,
altogether. They came out with another album which was actually digitally
They
touched.
remastered it.
Yeah, they kind of reanimated it. That's why, because all the songs were having the original singer's voice, but the music was different completely. So I
yeah,
think Dennis is referring to one of them,
yes.
Crawling, and I like the original Crawling.
This album was completely different. It was completely experimental, but it had a techno or a digital thing to it. There's a lot
Right,
of
yeah.
digital stuff in it. But I love the album. I went ahead and bought the cassette at that time. The cassette was a rage, and I'm not a big what do you say fan of Linkin Park as such, but Linkin Park was introduced to me by Angad himself. Uh, so that's
What's
how
your
Linkin Park.
favorite then?
Again, I may have to choose two or three songs by Chester because I think the beautiful thing about Linkin Park has always been Chester, and the way they have used the lyrics. I mean, the Linkin Park lyrics have always been very poetic, very rhythmic. At the same time, uh, they were very simple words and they had real affiliations to the emotions. A very teenage person or a middle-aged person both can relate to the songs because they are so full of emotions, emotional distress at many times that there is no way that you cannot connect with Chester, connect with Linkin Park altogether. The songs were mostly all about depression because Chester himself was a depressed person, though it
Right.
came out very late. But at the same time, the music is really beautiful. So if I have to pick, I will pick Crawling, I'll pick Somewhere I Belong, and In the End, of course. There's three of them. But then, yes, to be on common grounds, Crawling definitely is a song that I would listen to in the mornings many times while I was going to the college. So that's the thing about Linkin Park.
So how does music help you during a depressed time? I have felt it personally that music is a great form of therapy, a great form of
Either.
friendship, which we talked in first and second episode. But how as a what do you say in real terms, how valid is music as a friend or as a therapy?
While a lot of therapists do not look at music as uh, a way of healing, I do encourage my clients to, tap into the kind of music they enjoy listening to. And
Hmm.
personally, for me, metal music has been my go-to and has got me out of a lot of dark places and a lot of depression whenever I've gone through my share of depression or my own struggles, that's the genre of music I turn to. So the thing with music is that it connects you to your feelings, like, it kind of reflects your feelings. Like, let's say most people when they're depressed, you pick up the music they listen to, it'll be sad. So it's kind of empathizing with you. It understands what you're feeling and it reflects what you're feeling, and that's kind of why music helps through depression and stuff.
Yeah, you're right. So, however, personally, I've experienced so much about music. That's why this podcast even exists.
Right.
What do you say? Songs like "So Far Away," songs like "The Reason" by Hoobastank, and then we have "Poets of the Fall." Then we have something that is raging, something from our inside, that is the RATM. Then you have so many songs that just helps you. Then you have the psychedelic realm of songs,
Mhm.
which is crazy, and just music alone, not words. Like if you listen to Steve Vai, if you listen to Kenny G, if you listen to
Right.
Richard Clayderman, I know there's so many people just with music. Yeah, just instrumental thing can help you out. So it's like a never ending thing. You're not sad. And music is something that you cannot get bored of.
When we were talking about mental health, I would just end up saying that a lot of things that happen to you during your teenage years or even the years after, emotional distress causing events.
Hmm.
Uh, in those cases, you need an empathizer, you need music to heal you.
Hmm.
And when you talked about Hoobastank, the reason,
Yeah.
it's one of the most beautiful songs I've heard.
Yes.
And at the same time, the lyrics are magical. When you're trying to explain to someone your part of the story, your end of the story, that's the kind of a song that echoes through a lot of teenagers' minds when they are probably having their first heartbreak, or they just lost someone because of a certain misunderstanding, maybe their best friend. So no, I do understand, or understand myself much better with the kind of music I choose, and at the same time, like Vinny said, there's not a lot of research onto it because it's not really, the kind of stuff that we are talking about. It's not really out there. A lot of people are not really thinking so deeply about the music that they listen to, that they try to connect. They just like browsing through the playlist. Okay, I got this song, oh, it makes me happy, and then boom, you're probably on your way to the office. You've reached the office, you switch off your music, and then you just phase out
Yeah.
completely from the nostalgia. So people don't really take it so seriously, what music appeals to them, what music heals them, but it does that in the background, and that's the beauty of it.
Yeah, it's true.
um,
True. So true.
it's just a magical healer in the back of your mind. It's repairing you. It's echoing through your emotions. It's really trying to get through to you that don't give up. It's not the end of the world. Nothing has been lost. Although there are so many times that you lost your love, lost your puppy love,
Yeah.
especially love at first
Yeah.
sight, and then you think, oh my god, my life is over, and then there's so many people who end up doing things that they should not.
Yeah, true.
But but then if there were times that you discussed in the last podcast that you wanted to get through to the day,
Yeah.
and music helped you out. So I do think that that is the reason why people don't take their music taste so seriously. But then at the same time, if you go to a concert and you see that it's one of your favorite artists that's singing out loud, the music is just filling up the atmosphere, you let go of yourself, and that is the kind of music and that is the kind of feeling that comes to you in an open concert or otherwise in your own room, with the kind of music that you listen to.
Yes.
That heals, that repairs, and that adds up to the overall personality of you,
Yeah.
from the old times to the new.
Yeah, that's true,
I
man.
think
That's true. You're on point with that. You could be inside your own room playing to playing to DJ Quicksilver, and and what do you say, and just dancing off crazy. Or you could be listening. You could be sitting inside. You could be in a wedding, kind of, and the reason would be playing, and you could be really happy at that moment. It could be anything. It could music is really kind of something that gives you company, which I keep on saying over and over again.
I, I have one more thing to say to you about music. Sometimes, and it is my personal opinion that music does help you say things that you cannot say to someone because you have maybe anxiety, you
Yeah,
have the fear of being judged.
yeah,
So sometimes we just selectively pick out a music to listen to in front in the presence of a person we like
right,
or we want to get through to,
right.
and we just hope and pray to God or pray to the metal god that this person does understand what I'm trying to say because I'm so unable at this moment to
Express.
to express myself
Mhm.
exactly.
There was a time, when making a mixtape and giving it to somebody, or a mixed CD and giving it to
Yeah, that
somebody.
was a thing.
Gaming is another area where Angad and I are like really big experts, because what do you say? We used to play a single game at the same time on the same screen and being the same person. That is how coordinated we were. You know, it
Okay.
it 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 will, to a person who is into gaming, it will sound weird also. But there were certain games we both are playing on the same keyboard as the same person, trying to figure out that one mission. Because we don't want to waste a lot of time trying to figure out a mission. So yeah,
Dennis,
yeah,
Dennis, I would tell you that that mission is from GTA Vice City, the helicopter
yeah,
mission, and I'm sure that whosoever is listening to us and has played that game, they must hate that mission like anything because you always needed two people around it. So you could either have your sibling or your friend around to help you with the additional keys you had to press.
right. It was crazy, man. It's a crazy thing.
Many when you said something about the metalheads or sometimes the people who are having a different taste of music and not the ones that goes with the crowd
Right.
unless you're in a concert. So why did you say that there are they are sweet and bitter at the same time?
So, with especially with my experience personally and with my friends as well, music kind of reflects your emotions. So when you're angry, it reflects your anger, your frustration. So you like listen to like as heavy as possible music that you enjoy, and you let all your frustration out like that. It just fizzles out. Like literally, the anger and the frustration just fizzles out.
And what's left of you is the
Yes,
normal
and then you come back to a
fun-loving person.
sense of normalcy. It seems aggressive, but it's actually helping you release the aggression. See, anger is
Yes.
energy actually. Anger is so much energy, and it needs to get out. Otherwise, it eats you up from within. And that's something
Yeah.
I've faced personally. It felt like I'm exhausted after an angry trip that I've had. Like I'm angry about something, and I'm not able to settle down. And when I do, I'm actually exhausted. But then with
Right.
this music, with genre of music, it helps you release it. Hence the mosh pits and all those things. It's a way of release frustration and anger that you have inside you.
Yes. Go moshing. Listen to you cannot you can, if you don't like moshing, you can go dancing, but just release out all the negative energy from within you, and stay safe. Feel free to enjoy the world of music, and have a good day. We'll see you on the next episode, on episode 4. Adios.